Welcome to T1 Academy. In our last sessions, we discussed about averages and ages. Today in this session, we are going to discuss one more important concept, that is partnerships. Okay, now first we will see the concepts of these partnerships in this session, and then in the next video we will solve some of the problems regarding this partnership concept. Now see here students. Now before going to the partnership concepts, let us discuss few important things before moving to this. What will happen here is, see here in these partnership cases, okay, we will come across statements like this one. A invested some 10,000 for 6 months. A invested some 10,000 for 6 months. Now see here students, 10,000 for 6 months means generally in the case of this one, or A invest something in this one, what will happen is we will think that for all 6 months, general observation, we will take that his investment is 10,000. But in our partnership cases, what does it mean? This one is 10,000 for 6 months means every month he will invest 10,000. Every month he will invest 10,000. Why? Because this conflict comes for us with this simple interest and compound interest. Interest concepts. What happens in the case of interest? Generally, if we consider, if a person invested 10,000 for 6 months, we will directly take the principal amount as 10,000, right? And then we will solve it. But in the case of partnerships, the meaning of A invested 10,000 for 6 months. A invested 10,000 for 6 months means every month he is going to invest 10,000. That means what will be his overall investment here? 10,000 into 6. His overall investment will become what? 10,000 into 6. Understood students? So during this time period his investment will be overall 60,000. Okay, keep this thing in your mind. Why? Because it will confuse the sentences, or the framing of the question may confuse us with the simple interest concept. But that is different and this is different. Okay, here A invested 10,000 for 6 months means every month he is going to invest 10,000. Similarly, if another person B invested some 5,000 for 4 months. That means what we will take here? 5,000 into 4 will be his total investment. Okay, like that we will consider in the case of partnerships. Students, please be careful with this difference. Okay, and next important thing. For example, a person invested 10,000 for 6 months and withdrawn half of his investment after 6 months. Then what is his investment in a year? That is the question. See here students, for the first 6 months what is his investment here? 10,000. For the first 6 months what will be his investment? 10,000. That means his overall investment for 6 months will become 10,000 into 6. Now after 6 months what he had done? He has withdrawn his investment by how much? Half. He withdrawn his investment by how much? Half. That means for the remaining 6 months, at the end of the year they will ask us generally. Okay, for the remaining 6 months what will be his investment? Tell me. For the remaining 6 months, out of 10,000 if he withdraws 5,000 means that means his investment for the remaining 6 months will be 5,000 into 6. So this will be his overall investment for a year. Understood students? Actually he started the business with an investment of 10,000. But after 6 months he has withdrawn half of his investment. That means half of 10,000 is how much? 5,000. So that means he will withdraw 5,000, and what will be his investment right now? His investment will be 5,000, and that will be continued till the end of the year. So 5,000 into 6. So his overall investment in that year will be how much? 10,000 into 6 plus 5,000 into 6. Understood students? So these type of things we should know before entering into the partnership cases. Why? Because we will see these type of cases very frequently in our entire partnerships concept. Okay, next, continuation to this students. For example, for the basic idea, what actually this, how the partnership works. There are two friends A and B. There are two friends A and B. A invested some 10,000 in that business. B invested some 20,000 in that business. Okay. At the end of the year, they got some profit. Now tell me in general, with a general idea, who should get the more profit here, A or B? Definitely B. Why? What is the reason? Why? Because B invested more in that business. So that is the reason he will get more returns. General common sense. So now, here does we spoke anything about the time period? That means A invested something. So whenever in any question, remember this one. If they doesn't speak about time duration or time period, then we will consider that both the persons A and B will invest for the same duration. A and B will invest for the same duration of time. Their time will be automatically neglected. Why? We will see it later. Okay. So like this 10,000 and 20,000. So by common sense we can say that B should get more returns. Okay, good. Then how much B should get here? Whether he should, and what is the ratio? That means if the time period is constant, this type of partnership we call it as simple partnership. Okay, we will see it. What are these? Next, this is one idea. Next, there are two friends. A invested some 2,000. B invested the same amount 2,000. Now, generally tell me what is the ratio in which they should divide? 1:1, right? Why? Because they should share the profits equally. Why? Because they invested equally, so obviously they should share the profit also equally. That is a common sense, right? Okay, next. For example, A invested this amount for some 5 years. B invested this amount for 4 years. Now tell me who should get more returns here? A or B? Definitely A. Why? What is the reason? A invested for more duration than B. A invested for 5 years, whereas B invested for just 4 years. That means obviously A should get more profit than B, right? Okay. This type of partnership we call it as compound partnership. Why? Because here the duration is different. Now we will see what is this partnerships and who are called partners and all those things. We will see it now. Okay. Right. Next. Now see here, generally. What is called a partnership? A partnership is an association of two or more persons who invest their money in order to carry a certain business. Okay, that means there will be not only two persons, sometimes there will be 3, 4 also in our questions. So generally partnerships means a group of persons come together and they will start a business by investing some money. Okay, next. When it comes to the partners, usually partners will be of two types of students. One is working partner or active partner and the other one is sleeping partner. Working partner, active partner and the other one is sleeping partner. Okay sir, what is this working partner and what is this sleeping partner means? See here, anyway partner means obviously he will invest in their business, right? Then only we call him as a partner. Else we will not call him as a partner. So now what happens here is, we have two types of partners. One is working partner and the other one is sleeping partner. Working partner is a person who will invest, obviously he is a partner, and as well as he will take part in the business activities. That means either he will manage the business or he will look after some of the business activities. That type of partner we will call him as working partner. Now when it comes to sleeping partner, who is called a sleeping partner? Generally he will invest in the business, but he will not take part in any business activity. Okay, he will not take part in any business activity. By the end of the duration or by the end of the business, he will come and he will take his profit or loss, whatever it may be. See, generally in our partnership cases, we will always have only profit cases, students. We never have a loss cases. Always in our partnership questions, generally, what we will see is only profits only. We never see questions based on loss. Whether it is profit or loss, both should be divided according to their investment ratio. That is secondary. But we will see generally profit cases. Working partner means he will invest as well as he will look after the business. When it comes to sleeping partner, he will invest in the business, but he will never take part in the business, and at the end of the year or at the end of the business, he will come and just take his share of profit. That's it. So this is the difference between working partner and sleeping partner. Now, sir, definitely there should be some add-on advantage for the working partner, right? Then the sleeping partner. Am I correct? Why? Because he is investing as well as he is looking after the business. So definitely, before starting the business itself, what they will take is, if it is a case of working and sleeping partner, definitely the working partner will get some portion of the profit as working partner share. For example, there are two persons. Assume that there are two persons, A and B. A is a working partner and B is a sleeping partner. They will decide that at the beginning of the business, that they will decide that we will take 10% of the profit. We will take 10% of the profit. A will tell that I will take 10% of the profit as working partner share. Working partner share. For example, at the end of the business, they got some 1000 rupees as a profit. Now, before dividing the profit, first they will take off this working partner share. What is working partner share here? What is 10% of 1000, students? What is 10% of 1000? 100. That means first 100 rupees will be given to A without any conditions or anything. Why? Because he is a working partner. 10% of the profit will be given to A. After 10% is given to A, what is the amount which is left here? 900 rupees. This 900 rupees will be divided between A and B according to their investment, based on their investment. Okay, understood? They will share this 900. So here this will become total profit and this 900 will become shareable profit. Not only in this working partner case, students, later we will have cases like charity also. There also, first we will take off the charity amount and then divide the remaining profit between the partners. Okay, understood? So this is the case of working partner and sleeping partner. Always the working partner will get some additional benefit than the sleeping partner. Next, partnership is of two kinds. One is simple partnership and the other one is compound partnership. Now see here, simple partnership. If the capitals of the partners are invested for the same period, then the partnership is called simple. Already we discussed, right? If two persons invest some amount for the same duration of time, then we call it as simple partnership. And remember, if in the questions also, if they doesn't mention us any time period, any duration, data related duration, means we will always consider them as simple partnership. Next, compound partnership. If the capitals of the partners are invested for different lengths of time, different lengths in the sense different durations of time, then that partnership we call it as compound partnership. That means if one invests for 4 years, one invests for 5 years, like this, those type of partnership we will consider it as compound partnership. Okay. Now we will see majorly what is the difference between the simple, compound, and how we will decide the profit share according to the simple and compound. Right. First, this is the case of simple partnership. See here, if the period of investment is same for each partner, that means what type of investment it is? It is a simple partnership. Okay. Then the profit or loss is divided in the ratio of their investments directly. Just now I have told you, right? There are two friends. One invested some 4,000 in the business and one invested some 5,000 in the business. Who will get more profit, A or B? Definitely B. Why? What is the reason? B is investing more than A. Right? So now that means in what ratio they should divide? Means according to their investment ratio. That means here profits ratio is equal to investments ratio. What is the investment of A here for me? 4,000. What is the investment of B for me here? 5,000. So the ratio between them will become what? 4:5. That means the profit also should be divided in what ratio? 4:5 ratio. Profit should be divided in what ratio? 4:5 ratio. The same thing we have written it in words. If A and B are partners in a business, then investment of A, that means 4,000, by investment of B, that means (is)2. Here it is written in P/Q form. We can also write it as C here. Investment of A is to investment of B is to. For example, if there are three partners, here there are only two partners, so we have written in this manner. If there are three partners, investment of A is to, investment of B is to, investment of C is equal to profit of A is to, profit of B is to, profit of C. Or else if it is a loss case, loss of A is to, loss of B is to, loss of C. But generally we will see only the profit cases, students. Okay, so directly, if it is a simple partnership, the concept is very, very easy. Directly we can take that profits ratio will be equal to investments ratio. Right, next one. We will see some examples based on this one. Now see here, A and B invest the money in a business with an amount of some 30,000 and 35,000 for 1 year. Anyway, both are investing for same time period, right? For 1 year. Okay, so that means find the ratio of their profits. We know what it is. Profits ratio is equal to investments ratio. Profits ratio is equal to investments ratio. So what are their investments? A invested some 30,000 and B invested some 35,000. A invested some 30,000 and B invested some 35,000. Now cancel it. What you will get? 3 zeros, 3 zeros, 5 6 are 5 7s are. So what will be the profits ratio here? 6:7. That means they should divide their profits in what ratio? 6:7 ratio. They should divide their profits in what ratio? 6:7. Simple. This is the case of simple partnership. This is the case of simple partnership. Next one. Now see here. 3 partners, Rahul, Puneet and Chandan invested rupees 1,600, 1,800 and 2,300 respectively. How would they divide a profit of rupees 399? A profit of rupees 399. Now see here, students, in the entire question, did they mention anything related to time or duration? No, they didn't mention, right? If they doesn't mention anything in the question, that means it is a simple partnership. Simple partnership, and we will consider it as a normal one. So these are their investments, means what should be their profits ratio? Profits ratio here will be equal to, what are their investments? A first person invested 1,600, next person invested 1,800 and the last person invested some 2,300. Last person invested some 2,300. Okay, sir, good. So 0, 0, zeros will get cancelled and the ratio should be what? A 16:18:23. Can we cancel it further? No. Why? What is the reason? We got one prime number. In the ratio, if we have one prime number, means that's it. It is done. We cannot further cancel it. So the profits ratio is how much? 16:18:23. But what they are asking, how should they divide the profit of rupees 399? 399. So what will be the share of Rahul here? Tell me. Rahul's share will be equal to, Rahul is getting how many parts? 16 parts. You can do it in any way. Anyway, we finished the ratio and proportions. You can take that help or this help. So Rahul is getting how many parts? 16 parts out of total 34 and 57 into 399. This 399 is the total profit. 399. Why? Because his share is 16 parts out of total 57 parts into 399. 399. 57 ones, 57 sevens. So 16 sevens are how much it becomes? 112 rupees. Rahul will get what amount here? 112 rupees. And similarly, when it comes to Puneet, Puneet's share is how much here? Puneet will get how many parts? Puneet's share is 18 parts. So 18 parts by what is the total number of parts here? 57 parts into 399. 399 is the total profit. So 57 ones, 57 sevens. So 18 sevens are how much it becomes, students? 126 rupees. 126 rupees. Okay. Next, when it comes to the last one, Chandan, you can subtract this amount, this sum from the total, or else find out his share individually. 23 by 57 into 399 as usual. 57 ones, 57 sevens. So 23 sevens, what you will get here? 161 rupees. 161 rupees. So this is how we will get the shares. If not, students, there is one more method. What it is? What is the total number of parts here? 57 parts. That means 57 parts is equal to what it is? 399. 57 parts is equal to what it is? 399. And we know that 57 into 7 is equal to 399. 399. Rahul's share is of how many parts? 16 parts. So 16 parts will become how much? 16 into 7. That will become 112. 112. And similarly, next Puneet's share is how many parts? 18 parts here. 18 parts. So directly we can multiply 18 into 7. This will become how much? 126. And next last Chandan, he is getting how many parts? 23 parts. This one will become what? 23 into 7. 23 into 7. This becomes how much for us here? This becomes 161 rupees. So it is up to you students. You can take this method or you can take this method, but anyway we will get the same answer here. Okay. Anyway we are going to get the same answer. Understood? Right? We will see the next one. Okay. Next one is related to the compound partnership. We will see the next one. Next one is related to the compound partnership. Now, see here, what is this compound partnership, students? Already we have seen. Compound partnership means what? If they invest for different time periods and different amounts also, then we call it as compound partnership. Now, what we will do is, we will take the help of this monthly equivalent investment. How we will find it? Monthly equivalent investment means their investment into time period. Investment into time period. For example, we will go with an example, students. That becomes easy for us to solve this one. Now, what will happen for us in this case here is, for example, A invested some 4,000. A invested some 4,000 and B invested some 4,000. Anyway, both invested same amount, right? But A invested some 5 years. When it comes to B, he invested some for 4 years. 4 years. Now, what will be his total investment? Tell me, students. What will be his total investment? 4,000 into 5. His total investment here becomes 4,000 into 5. When it comes to B, B invested 4,000 for 4 years. At the beginning itself, I told you how to find the total investment. So, his investment will become what? 4,000 into 4. 4,000 into 4. 4,000 into 5 and 4,000 into 4. So, now what happens to this one? His overall investment becomes here how much? 20,000. His overall investment here becomes how much? 60,000. 16,000. Now, tell me who should get more profit? A, sir. And how much A should get here? 4,000 into 5, 4,000 into 4. That means they should divide the profit in what ratio? 5:4 ratio. 5:4 ratio. That means what I have done here, students? What I have done here is investment into the number, the duration. The same thing here. It is the product of capital invested and the period for which it is invested. Product of capital. Capital means investment. So, 4,000 is the capital which he invested. Into period. How much it is? 5 years. So, 4,000 into 5. So, 4,000. This is how it works. If the period of investment is different, then the profit or loss also divided according to their monthly equivalent. That means sometimes in the first beginning case I told you, right, for the first 6 months he will invest for some 6,000 and for the remaining 6 months he withdrawn some amount. That type of case also we will find his overall investment and then accordingly we will take the ratio. See here, investment of A into period of investment of A. Investment of A is 4,000 and his period is 5. By investment of B into period of investment of B, 4,000 into 4. That is the ratio, profits ratio. How we will find in this case? Profits ratio is equal to investment into time periods ratio. Investment into time period ratio. Profits ratio will be equal to investment into time period ratio. That means whatever the investment which he makes into the respective time period. Respective investment with respective time period, students. Please be careful. We cannot multiply one investment with the other time period. No, it is not like that. Whatever the investment of A, it should be multiplied with the time period of A. Whatever the investment of B, it should be multiplied with the time period of B. Like this, we are going to do that one. So, next one. Now, we will see some of the examples of this one and we will try to solve the problem. A started a business with rupees 12,000. A started the business with what amount? 12,000. After 4 months, B joined with rupees 16,000. After 4 months, B is joining with 6. Total profit after 1 year is how much? 34,000. Total profit after 1 year is how much? 34,000. Find the share of profit of A. Find the share in the share of profit of A. Find the share of profit of A. That is the question for us. Now see here. A started with the business with how much? 12,000. After 4 months, B joined him with 16,000. Total profit after 1 year. That means the overall the business was run for how many years? How many months? 12 months. Why I am using the word months here for the first time? Because B joined him after 4 months. So now my time slots, instead of it in the years, I will shift it to the months. Now when it comes to A invested how much, students? A invested 12,000. Okay, his investment is 12,000 and he invested for what duration? 1 year. Why? Because he started the business. That means he will put it throughout the year. So 1 year means how many months? 12 months. That means A invested for how many months? 12 months. Okay. When it comes to B invested how much? 16,000. And how many months does he invest here? He joined the business after 4 months. Overall a year contains 12 months. So that means he joined after 4 months, means his investment will be for 8 months. His investment will be for 8 months. Am I correct? Now, we all know what it is, profits ratio. How we will find the profits ratio in case of compound partnership? In case of compound partnership, how we find the profits ratio? The investment into duration. So that means 12,000 into 12 is to, when it comes to B, 16,000 is his investment and he invested for 8 months. He invested it for 8 months. So now what will happen for me here? 3 zeros will get cancelled and we will have 4 3s are, 4 4s are. Next 4 1s are, 4 3s are. So overall what it becomes now? 3 3s are 9 is to 8. That means the profits ratio is here how much? 9 is to 8. 9 is to 8 is the profits ratio. They are asking us the share of A. Therefore, share of A is equal to, how many parts does A is getting here? 9 parts. 9 parts by what is the total number of parts here? 17 parts. 9 by 17 into what is the total profit they are getting here? 34,000. 34,000 is the total profit they are getting after an year. Okay. A's share is 9 parts out of total. 9 plus 8 is 17. So 9 by 17 into 34,000. Students, already we discussed this concept during the ratios and proportions. If you have any doubt why I have written 9 by 17, please do watch that video once so that you will get a clear idea why we have taken like that. Okay. Next 17 ones, 17 2000s. So that means A will get a share of 18,000 rupees here. A's share is how much here? 18,000 rupees. A's share is 18,000 rupees. So this is an example for compound partnership, students. Compound partnerships. Next one. Now, already we discussed what is sleeping partner and working partner. Sleeping partner, the one who invests in the business. Working partner, he will invest as well as look after the business activity. So if for the working partner, obviously he should get more profit. Why? Because he is a working candidate in that. So the simple thing. So till now what we have seen, directly the profits will be there and that will be shared between A and B in general. But in case of working partner, from the total profit, first working partner share will be taken out. Working partner share will be taken out. So after taking out this working partner share, we will get the shareable profit. And this profit will be shared according to their investment, or whether it is simple investment or compound investment, simple partnership or compound partnership, whatever it may be, they will take this one. Okay, from the shareable profit. This is how the working partner and sleeping partner case works. Now we will see an example regarding that one. Now see here, students. A, B and C starts a partnership by investing 1,500, 2,500 and 3,000 rupees respectively. A as a manager gets 1/10 of the total profit. A as a manager means A is a working partner. He is investing as well as working for that business. A as a manager gets 1/10 of the total profit and the remaining profit is divided among the three in the ratio of their investment. If A's total share is 369, find the share of B and C. They are telling that A's total share means what? A's profit as a working partner plus A's profit as a partner. General profit ratio, from the profit ratio you will get some profit, right? That sum, overall sum, what they are telling, it is equal to 369. Now for time being, if it is a general investment, see here students, does they speak anywhere about duration? No, right? If they doesn't speak anywhere about duration, what type of partnership it is? It is a simple partnership. So in case of simple partnerships, tell me what will be the profits ratio? Generally, for timing, put that working partner and sleeping partner aside. Generally, what should be the profits ratio? Profits ratio will be equal to their investments ratio. So that means 1500 is to 2500 is to 3000. 1500, 2500 and 3000. 2 zeros, 2 zeros, 2 zeros get cancelled. 5 threes, 5 fives, 5 6. So that means in general they should divide the profit in what ratio? 3 is to 5 is to 6 if it is a general case. But this is the case of working partner and sleeping partner. So A is getting 1/10 of the profit, right? First of all, A is getting 1/10. So let us assume total profit is some X. Total profit is some X. Now in that first, A's share as working partner. A's share as working partner. How much he will take? He will take 1/10 of the total profit, right? That means 1/10 into total profit is X. That means he will take out X by 10 rupees first. Okay. After taking out this working partner share, now tell me what is the shareable profit we have? Shareable profit will be equal to how much, students? Total profit is X minus, from this I should take out this X by 10. Why? Because I should remove that working partner share, right? So X minus X by 10, what it becomes? 9X by 10 rupees. That means this 9X by 10 rupees should be divided according to their profits ratio, the general profits ratio. Okay. In what ratio they should divide? 3 is to 5 is to 6. Now in this, okay, A's share. Tell me what is A's share in shareable profit? A's share in shareable profit will be how much? His share will be 3 parts. Out of total 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 plus 6, what it becomes? 14. Am I correct? So that means overall A will get 3 by 14 into 9X by 10 rupees. Why 9X by 10? Why? Because this is the shareable profit now. 9X by 10 is the shareable. From this shareable profit, A will get 3 parts out of 14 parts. 3 parts out of 14 parts. What it becomes overall? It becomes 27X by 140. 27 by X by 140. Now, from this, tell me what is A's total share? A's total profit, tell me what will be the A's total profit? First, as a working partner, he will get X by 10 rupees. And from the shareable profit, he will get 27X by 140. Now, what is the LCM will I get here? 140. And this will become 14X plus 27X. Am I correct? So, overall A's profit will become how much? A's total profit will become what? 41X by 140. 41X by 140. Okay, good, superb. Now, students, please see here. A's profit we got. What is the A's total profit? 41X by 140. But in the question they clearly mentioned what is A's total profit here? Share in the sense profit, students. A's total profit is how much here? 369. Therefore, what I can write now? 41X by 140 is equal to 369. 369. If you observe carefully, 41 ones, 41 nines. So, X value will become what? 140 into 9. 140 into 9. It becomes how much? 1260 rupees. So, the total profit and is here how much? 1260 rupees. Still it is not done. Why? They asked us to find the shares of B and C. Shares of B and C. What will be the share of B and C? Can I take directly from this? No. I cannot take directly from this. What is the actual shareable profit for us here? Actual shareable profit is 9X by 10 rupees. Actual shareable profit is 9X by 10 rupees. So, first to find out the shareable profit. Shareable will become what? 9X by 10. This will become what for us? 9 into 1260 by 10. 0, 0 get cancels. 126 9s are. What you will get, students? 1260 minus 126. You will get 4, 3, 1, 1, 3, 4. Okay, the shareable profit is here 1134. The shareable profit here will become how much? 1134. From this 1134, we need to find the shares of B and C. B will get how many parts? 5 parts. So I will take this space, students. So B share will become how many parts? 5 parts out of total how many parts? 14 into 1134. 14 into 1134. Now, will it get cancelled here, students? Please observe. Is there any chance? Let us check in two tables. 7 times 5, 60, 7. Yes, 7 1 7, 81s. So B share will be how much? 405 rupees. B share is how much? 405 rupees. From this C share will become how much? 6 into 81. His share will become 486 rupees. Okay, 486 rupees. In this manner, we are going to find in the case of working partner and sleeping partner. See here, students, working partner and sleeping partner is little bit lengthier concept. Okay, we should work very carefully with that concept. Right? With this, all the basic things of our partnership concept is finished. Later, we will see in our next video, we will see all the important questions of this partnership concept, students. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.